Think back to turning 40, and if you're anything like me, that feels like yesterday. Well, here's the uncomfortable truth. The next 20 years will go even faster, and that's why this matters, because retirement isn't long. The best years are front-loaded, and this video is about how to make sure you don't waste them. I'm going to share with you some insights from my own experiences, as well as feedback received from fellow retirees. The video isn't about rushing into retirement, and it's definitely not about fear, but it is about seeing retirement clearly and understanding that a lot of people don't always plan for the best part of it. If you're new here or you're a returning viewer, I'm Paul, and thanks for stopping by. Let's start with the obvious one, and whilst this isn't advice, as you need to go and seek that for yourself, it is about challenging the conventional wisdom of what we get told to believe. When I mapped out a plan with my financial advisor, which was for over a 25-year period, the left to right of the graph for income requirements had incremental increases year on year. Now, I'm not dismissing inflation, but what I am saying, from my own perspective at least, is that the early years of retirement are usually the most expensive. This could be due to travel, treating yourself, ticking off bucket list items, and or just simply saying yes to things you've been putting off for decades. Then later on, life slows down, things change. So say, with the exception of health costs, spending can often drop. So do we need to be factoring in year-on-year income increases? Now, I don't have the answer for you because everyone's circumstances and needs are different. So if you're not sure, I do encourage you to seek some clarity to know your number, because you don't necessarily retire on one long consistent phase. You retire into seasons or segments relative to your age, your health, and your own personal situation, which I'm about to touch on. Now, I don't want to drown you in statistics because you've probably heard them before, but broadly speaking, life expectancy in most Western countries is around the mid-80s. But the piece that often gets overlooked here is healthy life expectancy, which is closer to the early mid-70s thereabouts. So I view retirement as three phases, starting with the active years, and obviously they're the initial years of retirement, which then get replaced by the slower years to eventually become the care-focused years. So retirement isn't one long phase, so hence the merit in putting an emphasis on planning differently for the active years than the latter years. This might sound confronting, but it's true. Your 60s are effectively your last shot at youth. You're strong enough to travel, fit enough to explore, or have a sense of adventure while being healthy enough to enjoy independence. And the hard reality is, health can change in an instant. Look, I've heard too many stories of people who've delayed retirement only to run into health issues far earlier than they expected. So retirement doesn't, or more to the point, shouldn't wait until everything is perfect. One of the biggest benefits of retirement, which doesn't always get taken into account, is the removal of stress. It's like a halo is being lifted from you. No deadlines, no politics, no constant background pressure. And honestly, you don't realise how much stress you're carrying until it's gone. And when it is gone, you have more energy, increased curiosity, which I'll touch on next, more patience, and quite simply more fun. For me, this is the most joyous surprise and most fulfilling components of retirement, because with the work stress and the constant thinking that it requires taken out of the picture, headspace has opened up big time. All of a sudden you have the headspace to learn, to try new things, and to discover interests that were buried under work and the responsibility that went with it. For the first time in decades, you get the headspace to ask yourself, what do I actually want to do with my time now? I can most definitely say that retirement is not the end of personal growth, nothing but. Rather, it's a better phase of growth because it's all about you. Here's the part that really matters. As I touched on in the opening, the last 20 years of your life flew by. So as we all know, the next 20 will go even faster. One day sooner than you think, you'll look back and realise the window was smaller than you assumed, even smaller if an unexpected health issue intervenes. And look, let's be frank, we only get one shot at it, so once that window closes, it ain't reopening again. This channel exists for one simple reason, and that is to maximise the youth of your retirement. Not someday, not when everything lines up perfectly, but while the window is still wide open. To use a sporting analogy related to a player, they say you're a long time retired. Well, it's the opposite in life because you're a short time retired, and that's conditional because only a portion of it are good years. So don't miss them. So guys, if this video gave you some food for thought, drop a comment below. It'd be great to hear your thoughts. And give it a thumbs up if you like the video, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one, and bye for now.